you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. Jakeem Grant now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
On second down, it's Drake. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Rosen. And he finds Stills, complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. On first down, Drake. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And that play was vintage Derek Johnson. Made a play in the backfield. In college, he did as an outside linebacker. Used speed to get to the backfield. Now, a bulked-up inside linebacker with multiple Pro Bowls on his resume.
On second down, here's Rosen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. From the gun, it's Rosen. He's going to air one out. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He's going to get it running right. Wiggles free. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Kenyon Drake, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Carr. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, 734. Deuce right.
Shotgun now for Carr. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They go play action here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
And there's a nice catch by Mike Gesicki, the rookie out of Penn State. And, partner, you saw him when you were covering Big Ten football. He didn't block very many people, but that's not what they asked him to do. They asked him to go downfield and catch the balls we just saw there.
Yeah, absolutely right, and he can do it with the best of them.
Yeah, and how about him in his high school videos? You ever see any of that with him dunking basketballs and spiking volleyballs? His athletic ability is off the charts.
In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
No, check, Patriot!
On third and short, Drake. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He loses 5 full yards to bring up fourth. On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep, Jalen Richard. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
No surprise watching Marshawn Lynch scatter bodies as he runs, but I remember doing games of his at Cal. And I remember the moves, the jump cuts, the elusiveness, as well as the strength.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out.
Here we go. You're mine.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They'll run for it. Lynch. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
I am shocked that they would go for it there. Talk about a gutty call. But that's all about having faith in your offensive line, and they come through there on 4th down.
Low. Down. 180. Later 8. 29.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. On the stop, Stephon Anthony with a tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The pitch out to Lynch. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
He completes it to Bryant, and he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go.
Carr. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to the ground, Lynch. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Whoa! Here we go again. 52.
Now the rookie from Alabama, it's Bo Scarborough. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Monday down. Yo, Chief. You're mine. 637.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
637. Hey, Raider
2. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cordray Tankersley, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Hey, Raider 2.
From the gun, Carr. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Bobby McCain. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Miami after this. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Gun! Detroit! Set! Green 39! Green 39!
After the interception, here's Rosen. Steps away to his left. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
All right, get set, fellas. Hey, Raider 2. One out, check. Purdue. 29.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
6-18.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, listen up. Right now.
Operating from the gun, Carr, and he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Carr now on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Following the penalty, Lynch. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. A toss play. This is Lynch. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start the drive with Drake. Even with that broken tackle, can't get very far. Stops short of the 30. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A pitch out to Drake. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Third quarter starts with a run from Lynch. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now Carr throwing on second down. Caught by Nelson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
694.
Washington on third and short. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
734.
From midfield, here's Carr. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
The Raiders on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Now, 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Deuce right
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On first down, Carr. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Carr. Flush to his right. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Fighting through. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it. I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now a handoff for Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out, they'll try to increase the pressure.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job in protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Cooper's got him. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Carr to throw again. On the crossing route, complete. That's Bryant. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Again, they'll throw with Carr. He'll check this down to Lynch, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Raiders on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on first down is Carr. They dump it off to Lynch. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Carr now on first down. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Yeah, 98's down. 58, 98.
Toss play to Lynch. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
second and goal from inside the 5.
Right Monday, down. Check. Front. Later, 2. Ready,
He'll get it up the middle. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Bo Scarborough with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. And now the Raiders will face an important two-point conversion attempt here.
694.
They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On first down, it's Rosen. And the Raiders have got him. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to let it fly. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on fourth down. Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Down.
They try again with Scarborough. And a tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, Raider 2.
To throw is Carr. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And out come the Dolphins now. 1-possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Rashaan Melvin.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey. Go down. 29. You're mine. Slide down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Shifts by him. But he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that could get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.